Oh yeah. Let's see here. There we go. Let's get a good view of this, y'all. I'm coming out here, man. This is how I feel. This is exactly how I feel. Like Doc Brown, November 5th, 1955. Oh, yes, the day I invented the flux capacitor. Welcome to the stage of history. I am your illustrious host, Kevin Uncanny Anytime. All right, let me close this. Let me close this up here. I had left my closet open. Let me close that real quick. How is everyone today? Man, I'm always 100 with y'all. I'm always 100 with y'all. I'm feeling kind of kind of if I could describe it in, come on, man. Here we go. All right, now I probably sound better. If I could describe it, man, it would definitely be is how I'm feeling. So, Zach, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you guys. I really, really am. Let me start off with some gratitude because I'm extremely grateful for um, these people that are believing in me and in the mission and in what I'm doing because I was on the other side of that at one point, and it was a very interesting journey. And to be honest, it was really me believing in myself to be 100 with y'all. Going into that realm, the only thing that I thought, well, it was a couple things that go into that. And then I'm gonna go into the topic. A couple things that made me build the other company was one, I was like, okay, I get to start on the ground floor of something, and then I get to see if by me being extremely consistent, if I can make something out of nothing, along with someone that has enough consistency as I know I can, right? I didn't know exactly how much consistency I had, but I knew I was a beast, right? So I was like, okay, if I can get someone that can run as long as I can, then we got a really, really good fighting chance, right? And that was my mindset with that. And in the process, I never future projected really. We have future meetings and stuff like that, but I never thought twice about it, to be honest with y'all. It was always a day to day thing for me. It was always moment to moment. That's how I've always operated. That's how I've been operating. And lo and behold, it worked. I was like, "What, Marty?" I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it, to be honest with you. I was like, I just embraced it, accepted it. It was just what was going on, and I just was like, "All right." Like, "Okay, that's what this is." It was so interesting to me because I'm like, it's exactly what Jay-Z said. There was nothing special we did. Yeah, I try and come with, some super tight edits, and um I try and come with, really creative stuff. But at the end of the day, y'all, it was just really just showing up every day, trying to be better every single day. That's really all it was. That's really all it was. And so now um, I'm hitting this reset button. Now I'm hitting this reset button, the great reset, right? Listen to that video I made yesterday. Now I'm hitting the reset button, and doing that was something that I truly believe in, on top of me believing in myself. Before I was like, I don't really know what I want to do, but I know I can run for a long time. So let me push something that I can back, right? Let me back an idea because I know I can back an idea. So that's what I did. I backed an idea until something happened. And lo and behold, something happened. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Now Jay-Z said we didn't do anything special. We just didn't quit. And I'm like, interesting. Wow. Okay. So me always observing like Brian, what's dude name? Somebody said something that I really appreciated. And I want y'all to always I always encourage you guys to look at what I'm doing all the time. Intently study me all the time. Why? Because I'm doing that to myself, right? If there's something where I'm slacking on, if there's something where I'm not being integral on, I want you to call me out. I want you to be like, dude, hey, hold on, man. You said this. I'm either going to one explain like, no, hey, you might not be looking at that right because this is what this was and this is the intention behind it. Or I'm gonna be like, dang, my bad. Was not aware of that. Appreciate you for bringing that to my attention. Right? That's what happens a lot of times. But the quote that I had for you guys is I'm trying to give credit to the man who gave me this. Brian is like Brad Lee. That's what it is. Brad Lea. He said, if you listen with your eyes, you'll see all you need to hear. I was like, writing that down. I wrote it down. I heard it on TikTok. I wrote it down. You know how you hear stuff sometimes you're just like, oh, that's great. No, I wrote it down. I wrote it down, y'all. You see how that's a different way of operating. Do you do that? Do you have a whole bunch of notes in your phone of different sayings and different things? How do y'all think I'm able to come up with topics all the time? It's because when I hear something dope, I write it down. I write it down. And even if I wasn't coming on live, I would still be doing the same thing. That's how decided to operate because I know I can't keep everything up in here. I've tried that before. I've tried that before. The file system, the RAM, the random access memory of information is not as acute as I would like it to be. So I was like, dang, okay. Jim Rohn said, yo, decide what you want, write it down. You hear something good, write it down, take notes, be a note taker. Don't be a follower, be a student. And I was like, okay, I'm a student to life from here on out. That's it. I'm always taking notes. I never used to take notes in high school, ever. I was like, notes? It's right here. What are you talking about? It's right. I keep it all up here. I know everything. I remember everything. No, sorry, Kev, wrong. And I found that out through trial and error of like, dang, I forgot that. Oh, I forgot this. I forgot that. Calendars, planners, they give us the planner. I'm like, planner? Who's using that? Not me. Planner? Planner? I don't plan. What are you talking about? Now I do have a measure of that now with this calendar system because otherwise, with everything that it takes to establish a foundation of a brand and a business and being an entrepreneur, there's it's it's very it would be very challenging to keep all of that in your mental system alone without keeping it on paper. So that's going to lead me actually into what's going on here. Okay, books. Books. Why? Why are books necessary? This one's gonna really get you, because I didn't write it in the description or anything. But why are books necessary, y'all? Okay, why we need books? We need books. You wanna know why? You wanna know why we need books? I wrote this down. I'm looking at my notes. I just wrote this down. Well, I had this down since. Oh yeah, no, I wrote this down yesterday or 2 days ago. Why we need books? Because God used one to instruct us. That's why we need books. Because God used one to instruct us. Um, so I'm gonna give you a scripture of why I'm saying that. because it describes that this LP tripping. It describes that, y'all. And I'm gonna go ahead and read this for you. Okay. All right. These things were written aforetime, they were written for our instruction, so that through the patience and comfort of the scriptures we might have hope. Hope, hope, hope. Um, so if God decides, hey, I'm gonna give you guys a book, right? And some people break it down with the acronym of basic instructions before leaving Earth. I don't even think we're supposed to leave here, but that's my own personal belief system. Um, but if it's basic instructions in the form of a book, then books are pretty important. You should really think about that. Books are incredibly important for your learning, for your development. It's one of the first things that you have to learn as a human being, right? First, you learn how to talk. You're looking around, you're learning your own motor functions. But then what's highly important after that is you have to learn how to read. Why? Because reading the signs, the instructions, the different things that the street signs, the instructions on a cooking, on the back of the box of what you need to eat, the all of that you got to read it because everything can't have this audible, programmable, um, computer mechanism inside of it, right? You pick up the Aunt Jemima box, it's not gonna have a computer inside of it that says, "Here's how you make pancakes," right? You gotta read it. You gotta read it. You gotta read it. And so there's something with these letters and numbers and all of this stuff that we've used to communicate with each other and to communicate even with the things that we've built. You know, you have to program the computer. When you program the computer, you input letters and numbers, or just numbers, or however it's programmed, or symbols, or whatever the case may be. But there is a measure of reading. There's a measure of reading that you must do, or that the program, or that the machine must do to be able to perform its functions. It's incredibly important. I used to be strongly against it, y'all. I've been slowly but surely implementing a process to where I'm reading this book and really, really allowing my eyes to see the words. You know, I've always, well, not always, but I'm a pretty adept reader. I can read groups of words and you know, make voiceovers or stuff like that by just reading it. If I had a teleprompter, I'd be able to read it like I'm not reading it and stuff like that, right? I've had a lot of practice with. I don't know. That was one of the things I just caught on to as a kid. Um, but what makes that important for me, because it was like something that just kind of I took for granted, is that there's something that happens when you look at the letters, when you read certain things and your eyes take it in. And I don't know exactly, but when your eyes take it in and your brain interprets it and you say it inside of here without having to say it out loud, that's a different space you're tapping into. It's a completely different space that you're tapping into when you do something like that. That's why it's incredibly important. When you can read something silently to yourself, but you can hear the words inside of your head, you're in a different space. You're tapping into something different. So it's really, really important. And now, y- another reason why this is incredibly important is because they use it against us, whoever they is, right? The people that want to get over on you with all of the disclaimer and the extra book of um, fine print. There's a lot of fine print that goes into these apps, y'all, that we give a whole bunch of our freedom to them, a whole bunch of our privacy to them. Your privacy is already gone, y'all. Like sometimes when it's put into the mainstream and people hear, oh, this is gonna happen if you accept this condition on this app. It's like you've already done that. It's not that the app is reading your mind. It's literally because they have full access to all of your information, y'all. That's what it really is, truly. They're not reading you. They're literally having a programmed computer system monitor all the stuff that you're doing. When you say give this app access to your, camera roll, to your location, to all of that, you're giving them access. Yeah, it's not anything special. It's not worded any weird way. Is they're not swindling you. They're just pigeonholing you because they're saying, "Yo, if you want to use our thing that we created, you're gonna give us access to your information." Period. That's another reason why it's important to read books. I I'm not too worried about it. For the ones that are worried about it, there will be someone that's worried about it that will change that, hopefully, if they decide. But otherwise, it's up to you. And I'm looking for that person, that legendary individual, because I'm focused on something different. But there's a person that is like, yo, I'm gonna read all of the fine print. I'm gonna read all of that and I'm gonna see what's going on. There's people on TikTok, there's people on the internet that do that. They tell you, yo, this is what you're agreeing to, watch out. And then you're like, oh, great, I'm glad they did that, right? Glad they did that. Because what? You don't want to do it. But that's why reading's important. That's why reading books is important. It gets you conditioned to be able to handle that much information. I can't read more than a couple pages before I get sleepy. Right? I'm already tired into the first half page, like, oh man, come on. It's like just looking at it and reading it, and I haven't built the stamina for it. And that's what now I'm like, nope, you got to build the stamina for it, man. You got to read the books. You got to do it. You got to do it. There's no getting around it. So if you haven't been reading any books, this is just a key reminder for you guys. Okay? And this is a key reminder for you guys to make sure you are doing the best you can to try and exercise that part of your mind. Make sure you are exercising that part of your mind by reading books. Set aside some time to read a book a few times a week so that you can start getting into a rhythm and your mind can expand in that portion of what it does when it does that, right? So again, I'm going to say that quote one more time. Brad Lee, if you listen with your eyes, you'll see all you need to hear. That's deep, y'all. That's subatomically deep. You listen with your eyes. That's observing somebody. I always say that. Look at everything that I'm doing, y'all. Look at everything that I'm doing. All right. Study me. And then that's also, you listen with your eyes, that's also reading. How would I be able to tell what y'all saying? They haven't developed the technology where y'all can just yell out stuff, right? But so I can read what's going on, everyone. Zach, what's popping? The mighty figs. And then remembering what the acronym FIGS means, FIGGS, faith in God gives strength, grand rising. Like those reminders, that correlation, that connection, what is that? How does that affect you? How does that enhance you? But yeah, that's what I'm here for, y'all. I'm here to just give out, key reminders of certain things, because a lot of us just go through life, man, and we'll go through years of not going into certain aspects of life that are incredibly important for your mental development, and reading is one of them. Reading is one of them, man. You really, really, really got to make sure that you read at some point. If you can do it every day, even if it's a paragraph, a page, that still helps. Because otherwise, God would just be talking through the sky all the time. Like, listen, y'all, listen. Listen, y'all, you're doing that wrong. Okay, look, stop that. Okay, hold on. Get up out of here, you know? But no, it's like there's a book of information, of stories, of history for you to peer into, and then to come to meditate on the interpretation of what's going on. Interpret it, internalize it, really figure out, what does this mean for me? How can I replicate this, if it's something you want to replicate? Or how can I model this if it's something you want to model? Or how can I avoid this if it's something you want to avoid? All of it's there. All of it's there. So really, really, really think about that, y'all. That's what I wanted to bring to your attention today. All right. Because it's incredibly important. It's not highlighted enough. They used to have Reading Rainbow back in the day. They ain't got it no more. You know what I mean? Like, um, it's a lot of stuff that's fading away, man. And they're doing it on purpose, because they like, oh no, no, they want to, okay, fine. Everybody want to go on YouTube and put up their own information. Okay, well then find it then. How about that? How about we take off all of this stuff that we've been pushing towards y'all? Captain Planet, clean up the earth. Nope, cancel it. Reading Rainbow. Nope, cancel it. We're not gonna tell you to read no more. We're just gonna give you goofy stuff to look at all the time, so you just laugh. Oh dang! You know what that made me think of? Yeah, who's seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Remember when I don't know if they was wolves or weasels or whatever they was, but remember how they was saying, you gotta stop laughing. You can't keep laughing so much, because they'll die. I might have to watch that again and break that down. Cause I'm thinking that's what they doing. Whoever they is, right? It's just like, and it's a kind of a circle, man, because it's like, it's for this, this gimme, and not, let me give and help benefit. And that's what I'm coming on for, and that's why it's not that entertaining, man. I'm coming on here like an educator, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's not really like super entertaining. I'm telling you to go read, guys. Like, that's great. Wow, that made me smile. Like, no, it's not like that for the most part. I'm coming on here like a teacher, and who likes to go to class, right? Like, dude, come on, man. Here comes Kev with another mindset topic. Like, I just love learning. That guy loves learning, man. Heck, look at his fro. What's wrong with him, man? But look, look, man, it's incredibly important, and that's what I'm here to do. That's part of what I like to do, man. I like to help people to learn more, to become better, to pay attention to things that they may have not paid attention to become more aware of their surroundings. I appreciate doing that. Even when I'm in a very, um I would say, kind of conflicting situation where I'm like, I don't really like this person. But if they ask me a question, like a mindset question of like, how do I figure this out? Yo, I'm freely giving it, y'all. Cause I really want to help. I really want to help. I'm like, oh, you really want to know? Like, you really want some help? Like, I got you. And so that's why I'm on here. I've been extremely consistent, man. Shout out to myself. I appreciate it. Thank God that I'm waking up again to come on here. But I've been extremely consistent since May. I know for sure since May. So 6 months straight, every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm coming with the topics. I'm on here. You can look it up, see if I miss one, right? Check the dates. Okay. But realistically, It's been like 3 years though. Realistically, it's been like 3 years straight though. And that's ridiculously consistent. So it's like, okay, boom, give myself a little trophy for that, right? But to me, I'm like, no, that's what you're supposed to do. All right. You get to do that. That's a privilege for you. You get to do that. Just go ahead and just do that. Don't even worry about any pats on the back or anything like that. Make sure you show up though, right? Then I got the program that I built, I got the recaps, right? About to go through it the second time, halfway through it right now, running through it the second time, right? Filling out the recaps every day, but missing a day sometimes, filling them out the next day, right? But I don't know. I would rock this if I didn't think it was like damaging, man. It's weird. I feel like it might get too tangled and not. I don't know. I don't know how to keep this up, man. This is new. This is new for me. It's really weird. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. I'm gonna go see my sister today, but I'm like, I don't know how to manage this, dude. I gotta figure something out. If I do want to keep it like this, I would have to research and try and learn, figure out how do you take care of this crazy stuff, man. Because black people hair crazy, y'all. This is crazy. I'm not even gonna jack to you. Black people hair is crazy, dude. I ain't never let it get this long. And now that this is long, I'm like, oh, this is why black girls be like, nope, I'm finna perm this out. Cause it's wild. I was trying to comb it yesterday. Man, it was hurting so bad, dude. I couldn't get through it. I'm like, this is wild. What the heck is going on here, man? What is this? But yeah, not to get too off topic. Um, just ensure that you set aside some time for yourself to read, please. It is incredibly important for your development, and I'm pretty sure it'll keep a lot of stuff at bay longer, dementia when you get older, Alzheimer's, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff that, is probably because you just scrolling and laughing. You just scrolling and laughing, man. It's like, don't just scroll and laugh. Gotta start really trying to learn something. And you gotta do that in your own self. You gotta do that in your own space of you, right? How can sometimes I do stuff left-handed on purpose, y'all, on purpose, because I'm like, yep, that's gonna be a little challenging. Basketball, it helps me to really, really do that, because now it's like, oh, crossover, do this. I'm creating all different type of connection, mind body connections as I'm practicing, which keeps me going, keeps me able to think, keeps me able to keep moving, keep going forward. All right. But yeah, if y'all haven't seen it, look at the Friday playlist I had just put out. I'll have to make it into a playlist, but the Friday video I just put out, good news. All right. I talked about Fort Ocean and how they did the 25 million pounds of trash out of the ocean. I'm going to be reporting and researching good news and putting it out every Friday. So that's the newest initiative. All right. And look out for the gear on the website, the mindsetmattersmore.store. That's going to be changing. I'm going to be donating some proceeds of the profits from what we sell, and we're going to put that toward a good cause. All right. Because that's just important to me, man. It's time to start really changing stuff right now, immediately. Okay. It's time to start doing stuff right away, y'all, right with what we got right now. Okay, because it's very possible. It starts with us, and then it trickles out into something more. So no interviews today. No interviews today. I've been slacking on that, right? Consistent in one thing, slacking in another thing. It's like it's been a lot. Cupcake ain't really been getting sleep. My patterns are just all over the place. I'm trying to get it together. No excuses. Haven't been really researching anybody. Just looking to get some assistance with that. To for interviews. If you want to be interviewed, hit me up. All right, because I'd be happy to interview you. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it, y'all. Appreciate you guys being here. Hope you think about what I was talking about as far as making sure that you read. All right, read something. It's a very interesting book I'm reading right now. And let's see, I'm making a little progress here. I see I'm about this much into the book, which is good. Because it's hard for me to read books because I don't have the practice, right? As far as physical books, right? I read books on the internet or on my phone. I can read the text and scroll like that, but it's something about the paper. My guy Nick told me that one day. It's something about the reading and the paper and the books, something about that. But yeah, pay attention to that. So yeah, what up, crazy legs? What up, Mike? All right, terms of service will become the new Bill of Rights. Let's see. Good point about reading. That's one facet I need to improve on for sure. I have a slew of books in my mobile library. 30-day challenge to myself. Read at least one chapter a day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One of my favorite movies. Yeah, for sure. Einstein, bro, man. That's what's up. Yeah, I don't know. I would keep this going, but I'm gonna have to figure it out first before I do that, so that it don't get all knotted and crazy, and then I have to cut it off because I definitely don't want to cut it off. That's what I don't want to do. All right. So appreciate you guys. And yeah, I mean, man, if y'all got topics or anything, y'all shoot something at me, man. Shoot me a message, personal message. If you concerned about anything, you've been thinking about anything, shoot me a message, shoot me a topic or something like that. Okay. But other than that, have a fantastic rest of the day, y'all. Always remember that mindset matters. All right. Mindset matters more than anything else, man. And I have to have the mindset to keep going, even though maybe a while. It's a marathon. All right. Focus on the good, which is giving out some great information for you guys. I appreciate coming up with these topics. It keeps me fresh at the same time. All right. And I'm building up a library of information for my, my legacy, man. My son, my daughter, when they grow up, they'll have a whole catalog of me in case they don't get that opportunity, right? They'll be able to look up a whole bunch of dad stuff and be like, oh, so this is how dad used to think. That's pretty cool. That's actually really cool. All right. That's some Back to the Future stuff right there. All right. But all right. Love you guys very much again. Have a great day, and I will see you again next time. Anytime. Out. I'm sending you back to the future. I had to do that.